All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the playoff bracket. Oh, geez, I did the wrong one. Let me correct my errors. All right, so I do want to try to keep some of this short and sweet for those of you that are watching right away here. Let me go ahead. I can start to go ahead and already transition over here. Wanted to give a little bit of insight here too, as far as what the state championship is going to look like on December 5th and 6th. As of right now, the top 64 is going to start around 7 p.m. on Friday night. The goal is to have doors open at 6 p.m. at UW Eau Claire. As soon as this stream is done, I will also make sure that I publish the state championship tab on the website where you can find this. It'll also have all the additional information regarding hotel choices nearby, that there is food and beverage options either on campus or nearby campus, as well as then additional links to GeekCon and all of the other things that are happening at GeekCon. Top 64 will report again on Friday night. We're going to do double elimination in group stages again because we're going to have 10 switch setups available. So we will be able to have double elimination going on Friday night. And then the top 2 from each pool will advance then to the top 16, as you can see, Saturday afternoon. Currently slated to be able to finish around 4 or 5 p.m., barring no technical setbacks, which then does mean that we can have some additional time too, that if we want to run some casuals or even side brackets, that we have the flexibility in this current scheduling, the way that it is right now, to be able to do so. Playoffs start on Tuesday for Varsity Smash. And then if you win on Tuesday, you will play again on Thursday. If you win on Thursday, you're coming up to Eau Claire. Okay. So as you can see here, so for varsity on Saturday morning at 10 a.m., we'll start with the Division III semifinals. From there, obviously, then we'll have a final and then a third and fourth place game as well. And then we'll start the D2 semifinals as well. I am going to be doing my best in order to ensure that as many matches as possible are going to be streamed. We do have some casters that are coming up as well. And if your match gets done early and you'd like to jump on a cast, just come talk to me or any other TO staff that's helping, and you can go ahead and cast a couple games here as well. And then for Overwatch, it's a little bit of a more unique situation. Essentially, if you win on Wednesday, you're coming to state. And the reason why is because a number of the, typically for the conferences, we do like the top 8 out of each one. And with kind of how small Overwatch was looking, we could do top 16 from group 1 and then top 14 from group 2 into their own brackets. But some of the forfeit rates for some of the lower teams, I didn't want to go ahead and do that. It just makes more sense to take the top 8 from group 1 and top 8 from group 2 and seed them into a 16 team bracket. So we will have then the top 8 Overwatch quarterfinals as semifinals, and then final on stage there as well. Here, as you can see too, again, this is GeekCon. They are asking for a donation of $3 or that you bring 2 perishable food items as a donation, as they're raising money for the food pantry in the Eau Claire area. So if you would please make a donation, or at least bring a couple perishable food items, non-perishable food items, to be able to support their goals. I know they did a massive amount of non-perishable food last year, and I think we can help make it even bigger. As far as the playoff bracket goes, there often is a lot of confusion. You can ignore these dates. This is an old code, but it checks out. When we say the top 8, right? So there's 2 sides of the bracket, and previously when we've had to seed things, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Obviously, if you look at this bracket here, we have Group 1, Seed 1, and Group 2, Seed 2. They're on different sides of the bracket. And so we want to make sure that you're not playing teams necessarily from the same group that you came from. So Group 1 is going to play Group 2, Seed 8 here. Group 2, Seed 4 is going to play Group 1, Seed 5. So there's, again, a different connection here, so that way you shouldn't just be playing the same schools from the group that you are advancing to the playoff system from. I know this is generally a point of confusion when we're doing the seeding here. So again, there's 2 sides to the bracket. So it's so here again, I have the Overwatch bracket. So I'll go ahead and just kind of go through some of the. I'll do them in reverse order here. I will say that there was a lot of close calls. I had to go into all of the matches and actually do a lot of tabulation in order to figure out proper seeding across all divisions, across Overwatch and Smash Brothers. There were a lot of very close games. So here are 2 8 seeds. Coming out of Group 2, we have Greenwood High School. And then from Group 1, we have Preble High School from the Green Bay area. Our 7 seeds are going to go ahead and be Middleton and Wilmot. Our 6 seeds here are going to be Edgewood and Waukesha West. Out of the Group 1, there were like 3 teams in the middle that were extremely close. Basically down to like one map would have fluctuated the entire seeding. Like it was very close for the one group there. And then Edgewood here. Edgewood is, again, a pretty staple name in our Overwatch scene. They've been a top program for years, so I would say just because they're a 6 seed to not count them out. Our 5 seeds here are Chippewa Falls High School and Bigfoot. And then they will be playing the 4 seeds here. And the 4 seeds there are going to be Fox Valley Lutheran and then Grafton on the other side. And again, like the Grafton, Chippewa Falls, and Waukesha West were all extremely close together. There was a lot that, again, I had to go into like a percentage and do different calculations to see how close that it was based upon map differentials. So the 3 seeds here, Bayport, again, another storied Overwatch program within our organization. I think I can only think of like one state championship for Overwatch that hasn't had Bayport in the top 4. So couple of storied franchises there battling it out round 1. And then St. Croix Central is going to go ahead and be the 3 seed. Group 2 had 3 undefeated teams. And again, I had to go into looking at the different map differentials and strength of schedule, like who lost to who. to be able to go in and seed this properly. Our 2 seeds here, we're going to have Wisconsin Lutheran. They won the state championship last year, so they're looking to go ahead and repeat here. And then again, the other storied one of the other storied franchises within our Overwatch scene is Racine Case. There has not been an Overwatch tournament that we've hosted to where, again, I don't think that they haven't been a top 4 program. And then our overall number 1 seeds, both undefeated. Both looking very solid this year. From the Group 1 is Wausau West, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is their first time competing in Overwatch. And so to come in undefeated is extremely impressive. I'd have to go back through the archives and verify that I'm not wrong, but I do believe that this is the first time, and so they've made a huge jump. And then we got the Hmong American Peace Academy, and there's got to be something in the water at this school, because not only have they been a dominant Valorant team, but now they're dominating Overwatch this year as well. And I believe their Smash team is also pretty solid. So Hmong American Peace Academy, just trying to mop up all the trophies and bring home all the silverware. So again, for Overwatch, if you win on Wednesday, you're coming to state. Okay. And so then we'll be able to go ahead and play out all the quarterfinals, and there will be consolation games. So you're guaranteed to have at least 2 games while you're at state. Okay. On to Division 1 for Smash. Again, we'll go ahead and we'll start with the 8 seeds here. Division 1, our 8 seeds are going to be Arrowhead and New Richmond. Our 7 seeds are going to be Green Bay Preble and Wanakee. Our 6 seeds here are going to be Verona and Racine Park. Sorry. I believe this is Verona's first season in Smash as well. So our 5 seeds are going to be Chippewa Falls and Sun Prairie. And those 2 schools will be facing off against Madison West and Racine Case. And our 3 seeds here are going to be Middleton and Bayport. So a little Madison battle here between Middleton and Verona to start us off. And then Bayport and Racine Park. Should be a pretty good matchup there as well. Our 2 seeds here for Division 1. Oops. We have Kimberly and Wausau West. So again, Wausau West has not only the 1 seed in Overwatch, but they're a 2 seed in Smash this year as well. Kimberly going to do their best in order to go ahead and bounce back, or I guess continue on. I think they've had a very good Smash program for the last few years. They did lose the Luigi Meerkat, but clearly, they're doing all right without Meerkat there. So, and our 1 seeds for Division 1, we have undefeated Appleton East, and on the other side, we got the Madison area school La Follette as well. So, so again, these matches will be played on Tuesday. If you win, then you go ahead and you'll play again on Thursday. These are best of 5, so that's the first to 3. Okay, as soon as you have 3 wins, the game is done. You can elect to play the last 2 games if you would like to, but they're not necessary to play. I personally would play them out just because it could be the last chance for a couple of those students to be able to get to play their matches. But if you win 3-0, you move on to the next round essentially. So, so Division One looking pretty strong. I know La Follette did very well in Mario Kart last year. Appleton East has always been a consistent program, and I think this is the first time that they've been a top seed. And I can tell by the Smash chatter in our Discord server that Appleton's got a big program up there for Smash. So we'll see how this turns out. Division 2. And again, if you're always curious as to why we do divisions or what division you're in, it's always by school enrollment size. So these schools are going to be a little bit smaller, typically under, like, I think the cutoff this year was like around 900 something or 1,000. I forget which one. But so these are a little bit smaller school districts. And then Division 3 is even smaller than Division 2. So our 8 seeds here for Division 2 are going to go ahead and be, we got Baraboo and McFarland. Our 7 seeds are going to go ahead and be Freedom and Union Grove. Our 6 seeds are going to be Jefferson and Ashland. Our 5 seeds for Division 2 are going to be Seymour and Bigfoot. And their opponents are going to be New Berlin West and Green Bay Southwest. Green Bay Southwest was last year's Division 2 state champs. So they'll be looking to go ahead and try to make it a repeat. Our 3 seeds here are going to be newcomer Dodgeville and also newcomer Delavan Darien High School. So both of those teams are brand new this year in Smash and had a very solid showing this year too. The 2 seeds for Division 2 are going to go ahead and be Wilmot and Port Washington. Port Washington has been another program that's been consistently solid in I think pretty much all games that they've played in. And Wilmot last year too was one of our top Overwatch teams too. So again, a lot of these schools are relatively consistent when it comes to making their appearances at state. And the number 1 seeds here for Division 2 are going to go ahead and be Fox Valley Lutheran and Hmong American Peace Academy. So HAPA with number 1 seeds in both Overwatch and Smash Brothers this year. Fox Valley Lutheran is no slouch to making it to state. I believe they were a top 4 team last year for Smash as well. So. And again, if you win on Tuesday, you move in. If you win on Thursday, you're going to state. So you got to win 2 games next week, and you're going to state. For Division 3, our smaller school division, our 8 seeds. We have Random Lake and the Marshmen of Horicon. Random Lake was last year's Division 4 state champs. Our 7 seeds are going to be New School Luck and Winnebago Lutheran. Our 6 seeds here are going to be St. Croix Falls, newcomer to the program, and Fenimore. The 5 seeds are going to go ahead and be Stanley Boyd and Gibraltar. And their opponents are going to be Williams Bay and Marshall. Williams Bay is another one who has consistently made it to state for Rocket League and for Valorant. I can't remember if we've had much Williams Bay for Smash, but this year could change that. Our 3 seeds here for Division 3 are going to be Wisconsin Connection Academy and the Real School. And I will tell you too, the tiebreaker between Wisconsin Connection Academy and Marshall was 3 points. So if there was one of their matches and they played head to head, if one match would have went the other way, Marshall would have been the 3 and Wisconsin Connection Academy would have been the 4. Our 2 seeds here in Division 3 are going to be St. Lawrence Seminary and Menominee Indian High School. Menominee Indian won Mario Kart last year. St. Lawrence Seminary coming in for Smash for the first year. They used to be a wicked awesome League of Legends school. Like, they had like master level players, and they dominated the state in League of Legends. It was crazy. And the number 1 seeds here for Division 3 are going to be Augusta and Manitowoc Lutheran. Augusta, this is their first year coming into Smash Brothers, and they came in a pretty dominant fashion here, taking over the number 1 seed. Manitowoc Lutheran is one of those teams that has been there before. They've made multiple state appearances for Smash Brothers, so I would say they also still have a very good chance in order to qualify. So that's Division 1, 2, and 3. And now the other one is going to be the Smash Singles. So again, this has been a 7-week culmination using a Swiss-style format. So that means if you win your first game, you're going to play another team that's 1-0. If you win that, you're going to play another team that's 2-0, and so on and so forth. So the way that this group is going to work is it's going to go seeds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it's going to snake. And so it's going to go down 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we're going to go back and forth until there are 64 players in each group. Oh, sorry. There's going to be 8 players in each group. And then at state, it's going to be a double elimination bracket out of the 8 players that are in your group. I see some questions in chat here, so give me 1 second. Let me get... Hold on, I'm double checking one thing, because if I misspoke, I don't want to... So there is a varsity Overwatch I see what you're saying. So there is no match on Thursday now. So there is no. So if you win on Wednesday for Overwatch, you're going to go to state. Again, as I said, because there was originally a plan to do two groups, Group 1 bracket and a Group 2 bracket, but due to the number of inconsistent programs, I didn't want to see a number of first round buys, so we combined the two groups into one bracket. So we can support having 8 games going at state. So good question though. So the top 8 teams, or the top 8 singles players here. We have Galaxy from Grafton. Abstract is from Appleton East. Alphabot, I believe, is Kimberly. And then we have Racine Case, Stevens Point, La Follette, Green Bay Southwest, and then Carlick from Appleton East as well. And I'm not going to be able to do that to all of them. I know most of these names just because of how often I see them in the Discord server, and I just know what their IGN is. So, our 9th seed here, so we have Wisconsin Connection Academy, Wolfpack, and then we got Jefferson, Bayport KL, La Follette, Gibraltar, Port Washington, Bayport, and then I think Cinder P is also Appleton East with the 16 seed there. The next round of 8 here, we have Port Washington, La Follette, Sun Prairie, Freedom, Sun Prairie, Frost Quinn, Troy the Boy, which is Appleton East as well, and then Southwest GL. And I can't remember. I think Frost Quinn is also Kimberly. I could be mistaken. The next 8 that we have here, Basil Boy, Blurry, Stevens Point, I believe John Ellingsworth is St. Croix Falls, KC, Union Grove Borough, Bayport, and Port Washington number 5. Our next set of 8 here, we do have Hmong American Peace Academy, Port Washington, KM, Jefferson, Derpy Lad, Elliot O'Connor, and Elliot O'Connor, maybe St. Croix Falls, or could be Tomahawk. And then I believe Middleton here, Hunter. Again, I do my best, but there's 129 players in the pool, and I wasn't able to memorize all of them, so I apologize. Our next round here, we got RM Smash, 25-26 JW. This is Jacob. Freedom, Bayport, Delavan Darien, Wisconsin Connection Academy, and then another La Follette student. The next one here is going to be, we got, again, another Stevens Point, Green Bay Southwest, Bayport, Fox Valley Lutheran, Freedom, Wyatt Welch, and Abraham Robinson. And the last 8 in the top 64 here are going to be, we got a Waukesha South, Delavan Darien, the Lincoln Academy, Jefferson, Rainbow Bow, Bayport. So that is going to be our top 64. I will start getting some of the bracket together too on the Fenworks platform. This weekend I'm doing a lot of ExtraLife streaming, so I may not be able to get to it. I will do the Overwatch bracket for sure, just because that's, and all the Smash ones too. But singles, I may not get to it until we get closer to state to be able to go ahead and do that. So if there are questions, and I'm sure there will be, you can reach out to me on Discord, or you can shoot me an email. In the Discord, I did post a screenshot of how the algorithm was used. The algorithm essentially awards you 4 points for every win. You get a point if you played a loss, and that if you forfeited a game, you got 0 points. If you won a forfeit game, you still got points. And so you calculate all of your points together. And so, like, let's say you're tied all at 16, then you then go into round differential. And so, again, if you won 3 games 2-0, that's then a +6 differential. And then you go into your losses, and let's say you lost all of your games 0-2. You lost 3 games 0-2. So you take the +6, now you have -6, and that means you have a 0 differential. If you need to, my Dr. Pepper, yeah, I need a little bit of extra sugar here. So again, if you need explanation of how the formula works, also in our rule set, you can look at the Smash Brothers and Overwatch varsity breakdown as to what those tiebreakers are and how they're applied and in what sequence that they're in. If you'd like to see my math, let me know, and I can walk you through it. Okay, so yeah, without further ado, I know it's 30 minutes. I'm actually going to go ahead and start flipping over to Fortnite. I know I originally said I was going to do all 25 hours in a row. I've had a slight change of plans. Have a small concert to go to now on Saturday night. So I'm going to stream tonight until midnight. I'm going to start streaming right away when I wake up tomorrow morning, which will probably be like 6 a.m. Because that's when Tottenham plays Manchester United. So I'll probably have that game going on my side monitor while I'm streaming some sort of game. And then I'll probably stream until like 5 p.m. tomorrow. And then wake up Sunday morning and do another stretch while there's still more Premier League to watch. So, again, let me know if you have questions on anything playoff related. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and start to switch over and get ready for Fortnite tonight. However, if you're in Twitch chat,